Hi everyone, Richard here at Calvin Wazoo, bringing you another video, the last video of the year 2020. So yes, it's 2020, less than 24 hours to go, and I think I may want to be sedated. Moving on, this being the last day of the year, I think I'm going to turn this into sort of an anniversary kind of video in which I go over my 10 most valuable items in my vinyl collection. I did a video about this earlier in the year, and I think, it's a good way to, okay, let's look at our collection based on what the resale value, median resale value in Discogs, and also take a look at what the item might be currently selling for, because the median, the low, and the high in Discogs represents transactions that actually took place. And I'm going to have a couple examples where the current lowest price for an item is substantially higher than the median price for which that record sold in the past. It's kind of interesting, and I need to repeat that that's not why I'm into collecting vinyl. I mean, I like vinyl records. I like the sound. I like the packaging. I'm a very analog kind of person when it comes to music. I mean, I have CDs and digital recordings as well, but vinyl really does have a very special place and meaning in my collection. But it is interesting to look at, okay, what I paid for this record, is it now cheaper? Which happens sometimes. You buy a record and you're really hot to get it and you spend a lot of money on it, and then a couple of months later you can find the same record, sometimes even in better condition, for a cheaper price, if you just were patient. But then a lot of times the price remains roughly the same, so you're doing, it's all right, I didn't pay too much for it. And then there are the delightful surprises when you discover that, oh my gosh, I paid 20 bucks for this record and it's now selling for 80. So, and that does happen. So I've got my list that I did before, so I can kind of note changes in positions or whether something is new in the list and wasn't in there the last time. And starting off, it's still the number one most expensive album in my collection to buy in the secondhand market, and that's this Zappa in New York. I've got the little thing to put in there because I have several copies of this record, but this is to denote this is the original, very, very original first release, which largely was only distributed in Europe and was quickly recalled because of a lawsuit primarily between record companies, but it was all over the song Punky's Whips, which you can see here. This has Punky's Whips on there, reference to Punky Meadows of the band, and damn it, now it's escaping me. Angel, I believe, was their name, a hair band at that time, because, it kind of, the song kind of makes fun of them. Currently, the median price for copies of this that have sold in the past is $185. And that is slightly more than what I paid for mine. So that's kind of good news for me. However, it's still selling in that rough range. That's a little higher than before when I did this video. It was the number, it was at the top of the list. The other time I did this, and I'll look that video up, and I'll put a link in the down under so you can, go check that out. At that time, the median price was about $166, so it's gone up slightly in terms of sales. Now, the next one was also in my list, but it was number 3, and it's number 2 now, for a fairly substantial increase. Before, even in the secondhand market, it was pretty much selling for the same price that it was retailing. And that is the Steven Wilson Remixes box set for Yes. And, I bought this new, and I believe it was like $95 at the time, which to me was a great price. I mean, $95 for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 albums. So that's less than $20 an album. And the Steven Wilson remixes really sound absolutely brilliant. Right now, the median price is about $128 in terms of what they have sold for. And what vendors are asking for right now, it's within that range. At the time I did this video, it was at $93 was the median price, which was actually a little less than what I paid when I bought it brand new. But that price has gone up. Now, another one, the next one really shot up in price. And that's the box original master recording of Blonde on Blonde, the MoFi release. And the price and some other Dylan MoFi releases are going up significantly because they've been discontinued. They're not just sold out, they're not pressing any more of them. So you can't buy them directly from MoFi anymore. The indication is that they're done pressing these. And again, I think I paid whatever the MoFi retail price was. So it wasn't really that expensive, I don't think. It might have been close to $80, but I think it was substantially less than that. Right now, for ones that have sold in the Discogs market, the median price was $122. However, currently, the cheapest one available in the Discogs market is $170. So that's substantially higher than what it had been selling on Discogs. Probably a reflection of the fact that MoFi has discontinued this item. When I did this before, this one was the number 5 on the list. And the retail price, median price at that time, it was selling for $85, okay? I think I paid $40 or $45. I think that was the retail price from MoFi. And the maximum at that time was, the highest it had sold for at that time was $165. And as I said, right now, the cheapest one you can find in the Discog markets, I saw for $170. So the price is going up on these MoFi Dylan releases that have been discontinued. All right, now the next one is also another MoFi release, and that is the Grateful Dead and original master recording of the eponymously titled album, The Grateful Dead, also known as the Skeleton and Roses or Skull and Roses. It is sometimes. It's a live album. It is it's my favorite live album and among my favorite Dead releases. Favorite live Dead album, I should say, not my favorite live album. Anyway, right now the median price is about $110. And this is available, I think, still from the MoFi website. I'm sorry, I didn't check. The last time I did this one, the median price was $70. And right now the median price is $110. And I paid, I think, $80 for it. So it is appreciating in value. So that's, kind of nice that I at least know that, the price didn't collapse and go down. All right, now the next one is another MoFi, and it's another Dylan that has been discontinued. And that is the 45 RPM Bob Dylan Highway 61 Revisited. And you'll notice it just says Mobile Fidelity Sound Labs up here, which means it's not necessarily an original master. When it's an original master, it'll say on the cover, original master recording. Usually when they do this, they either know for a fact that they don't have an original master, but they have a very early master, or they might have the original master, but they can't verify it. Regardless, this is the next one, Highway 61 Revisited. Right now, the median price, the last time it sold, the median price was $104. The last time I did this, the median was $85. So it has gone up. And currently, the lowest price available that's in the Discog market is $150. When it became apparent that MoFi was discontinuing production of these Dylan releases, the prices just immediately started going up. And so when they sold out, they sold out. And it's to my understanding that they are probably not going to be pressing any more. All right, the next one is actually down a little bit in the ranking. It's in number 6 spot now. It was number 4, but the price has still gone up. And it's one that still kind of befuddles me. I don't know why the value of this has gone up. And this is a, Magical Mystery Tour. And it's a release that, I can't remember now, it was released within, I think, 2017 or something like that. And, and I probably paid for a brand new record on a reissue, in the $30 range. That's kind of pricey to me. But anyway, the median price for this now is $115. So in terms of the last sales, the median price was $115. When I did this before, that median price was $90. So it is still going up in price, and which is to me kind of unusual for what I am considering a very recent reissue. But apparently it's a very sought after release. All right, the next one used to be number 2. The last time I did this, it was the second most valuable record that I have. It's now number 7, and the price hasn't changed that much. That's probably why, because some of these have appreciated in value, and this one really has not. And that is R.E.M's Monster. And they've done a reissue, of course. Just in this last year, they did a new pressing and a special anniversary edition, which probably has a lot to do with why this hasn't appreciated in value, because you can now go out and get really, really fine repressings of this. But this is an original pressing. I had to buy it from a Japanese vendor. It's not a Japanese pressing. It's an original Warner Records pressing. But the issue is it just wasn't available. They didn't reissue this for a long time. There weren't very many copies available, so you ended up having to pay a lot. This, I still managed, even when I was buying this from a Japanese vendor, I still managed to get it for less than what it was going for in Discogs, with postage included. And right now, it's about median price. The last time it sold is $90. And it was roughly $95 the last time I checked. So median prices dropped down a little bit. I looked here. Let me double check, because I'm wondering, in the Discogs market, they're currently the cheapest price in the Discogs market is about $72, $72 to $73. So it's come down in price. And that's still more than what I paid for it. I found a really good deal with a Japanese vendor. And it's a great copy. I'm very happy with it. Now, this is one that was recently released as well. And I bought it brand new when I first saw it. And I think I paid around $60 for it, which was kind of pricey because it's a 3-album box set. So, but the cool thing is it's the Radio Gnome Invisible Trilogy. And it's a remastered release. And the cool thing about this box set is that it's got all these booklets and all the material, that came with the original release. And it just, the pressing sounds really, really amazing. So at that time, I paid about $60 for it. And the last time I checked on this, the median price was $82. It is now $84, so it hasn't changed a whole lot. However, in the current Discogs market, the cheapest one that you can buy there, they're asking $123. So price going up on this one as well. This one kind of surprised me at the time, first time I did this, and that's this Merlion album, Brave. It kind of surprised me last time. It was not among my top, it was among my top 10. The median price at that time that it had sold for was $81, and it is now about $85. So it hasn't really changed that much. And currently, you can buy it's for sale for less in the Discogs market, about $74 to $75. I see the current offerings. Still a substantial appreciation in value from, let me see what my notes say. I paid about $40 for this. Just found it going through, digging, and really good copy too. And then for the top 10 is this Analog Productions release of Gil Evans and 10. I bought this recently. Retail price, it was in the somewhere between $30 and $40. What the retail price for the Analog Productions for many of these prestige releases. The median is now $80. So what it has sold for already. However, the current price right now, the least expensive one that you can buy in Discogs that's available is $210. So this was these Analog Production items. You might balk at them when you're looking at anywhere from $30 to $40, but they're really solid releases and pressings, and the packaging is really super good. Stuff falling over on me here. And it's already, $210. I got a couple others that I just thought were kind of interesting in that. And this first one is, I got this in a cheap bin because it doesn't have a cover. And it's the album The Sounds of Liberation. So recorded in 1972. And it was limited to only 500 copies. So I got this one. It just doesn't have a cover. And I paid, sticker's still there, I paid $2 for it. And right now, the median price for what it has sold for is $116. Now that's, of course, with a cover. And the cheapest one available right now you can get for like $70 or $75, I think. I can't remember. But the interesting thing was there had been, and it's not for sale anymore, there had been a copy that was without a cover that the seller was asking $70 for it. So, this album not having a cover is pretty, is still pretty pricey right now. There's 6 currently for sale with the cheapest one at $88. So it's just amazing sometimes that, records that don't even have covers can command a premium price. Another one, this was, I didn't pull it out. But my ZZ Top Tres Hombres on the green vinyl, the jalapeno green vinyl. That was, I bought it brand new when it was released, and for 20 some odd dollars, whatever the retail price was at that time. The median price is $65 for what it is resold for, and in the current market, the cheapest one is $80. Just interesting how some of these new pressings, for whatever reason, their value goes up. I'm suspecting the value of this is going to go down. I don't know what the collectability factor is for this one, but I'm thinking it's probably going to go down. Some other ones that I did, Eric Dolphy out there. This is another Analog Productions. And currently the median price for which it is resold was $79. I thought I was paying a lot of money for this one. I paid close to $50. And the current market right now for this one of Analog Productions is there's none available. So we're looking at $80 now for what it has sold for, and there are none available in the Discogs market. But another example of those Analog Productions reissuing on prestige label records, just how quickly they can escalate in price. And and when you look at them, how much they are, brand new, you might balk. But if that is a factor you want to consider, if you ever need to resell them, you're very likely going to be able to resell it for considerably more than what you buy it brand new. And then this other one, this was higher up before in my list. It's not anymore, but still, the Wallflowers, Bringing Down the Horse right now. The median price is $80. That's what it has sold for. And I might go through my notes. It was not in my list before. And I think I bought this, I can't remember now. But I'm thinking it was in the $30 to $40 range maybe. It's kind of on kind of like brown marbled vinyl, well, translucent though. The median price right now that it's sold for is $80, and currently the cheapest one that is available in the Discogs market, they're asking $100. So that's my end of year evaluation of the 10 plus most valuable albums in terms of resale value. Hope I enjoyed that, and let me know if you found some great finds leave a comment in the Down Under. That's, sometimes we find a great find while we're digging and we know the record is worth a lot and we get it for really cheap. But, it's interesting to learn from you all the surprises that you found, records that you bought, never even realizing that they might be valuable or at least highly sought after. Share your comments in the Down Under. Hope you have a happy new year. I hope 2021 is better than 2020. I almost want to say it's got to be, it can't get worse, but the reality is things can always get worse. So hate to be ending this on a negative, but as always, pray for the people inside your head, for they won't be there when you're dead. Happy New Year.